Oh, hello. How's it going? Let's learn about triangles. Triangles. In the word triangles is the hint of what a triangle is. Tri means three, and angles mean angles. So we have a three-angled polygon, three-sided polygon, three-angled polygon. Triangles. All right, so there's a lot of things we're going to learn about triangles today. We're going to learn that triangles are a little more complicated than just saying that is a triangle. It has three sides. We're also going to figure out how to kind of label a triangle more specifically by the lengths of its sides and the number of, or like the degrees of its angles. So we're going to be classifying triangles by angles and side lengths. So your angles that you learned last year, right, acute, and obtuse, are already the first half of classifying triangles. So I'll show you how to do that. All right, here we go. So look at this picture. See a lot of triangles? Now, on this picture, you could get technical. Some of these look more like curves than straight lines. If they're curves, then they're not triangles. But if they're straight lines, then they are triangles. So all sorts of different triangles. So a triangle is a polygon with three sides and three angles. 1, 2, 3 sides. 1, 2, 3 angles. Tri means three. All right, so to classify a triangle by sides, the first one is called equilateral. All right, equilateral, equal sides. And that means that all sides are equal. All sides are congruent. So the first way to classify a triangle is equilateral. That means that the sides are equal. Another way to classify it by sides, there's three ways, is isosceles. All right, so isosceles means two of the three sides are congruent. Two of the three sides are congruent. So as you can see, those markings that we used yesterday have shown back up. And so the markings show you that those are congruent. They're saying that this is the same as this is the same as this. Just like on this side, they're saying this is the same as this. Finally, scalene is the third way to classify a triangle by side lengths. And as you can see on this one, all three sides are different. This side length is a different length than this side length, and that's a different side length than that side length. Also, all the angles are different. You can kind of tell with these. This has 3 lines, this has 2 lines, this has 1 line. So that also shows you that angles on the equilateral are all the same. And then on isosceles, 2 of the 3 angles were the same. So the main thing you got to know: equilateral, 3 congruent sides, equal sides. Scalene has no congruent sides, and then isosceles has 2 congruent sides. You say it isosceles, think about it. You have 2 eyeballs, 2 congruent sides. So if you have 3 congruent sides on a triangle, equilateral. No congruent sides on a triangle, it's a scalene. 2 congruent sides on a triangle, isosceles. As you notice, there's no one congruent side because you can't have one congruent side. So it's either no congruent sides, 2 congruent sides, or 3 congruent sides. And remember, congruent means same size, same shape. All right, next, we can classify triangles by angles. And these are the ones that you already know. So here's a right triangle. It has one right angle. So one right angle makes the whole triangle a right triangle. An obtuse triangle has the obtuse angle. It looks like the chair that's kind of stretched out. It's a bigger than 90-degree angle. So anytime your triangle has one angle that is larger than 90 degrees, it's going to be obtuse. And then finally, we have our acute triangle. That means all of the angles are acute. For it to be an acute triangle, it has to have all angles acute. For it to be a right triangle, it only has to have one right angle. And for it to be an obtuse triangle, it only has to have one obtuse angle. So now we can classify this in 2 different ways. So I want you to think about it. What kind of angle is on this triangle? Hint, hint. And then look at the side lengths. Are there no congruent sides, 2 congruent sides, or 3 congruent sides? All right, and then remember, equilateral 3, scalene none, isosceles 2.